Hey everybody, Joe from NDB Aviation. It is great to be back with you all. It has been a while since I've made any videos, but I'm back, and it's been a while. A lot's changed. We got a brand new Microsoft Flight Simulator of all things. So, with this coming back, with me making new videos, what can you expect? Well, everything from actual flying, becoming a pilot, things to not do while you're becoming a pilot, to then branching off into the products you'll use while you're becoming a pilot and then while you still are a pilot. Whether it's from handheld radios, which is a pretty good one right here, big, but it works really well, to potentially, if you're ever going to need one of these suckers, personal locator beacons. Useful, and this is the one I remember using. Yeah, that one. And then also, all those goods to some of the top tier ones. Bose A20s, had these for better part of a decade now. Bose, thank you for sending these to me years ago. I really appreciate them, and I've been using them since. Like the review I wrote and did years ago now. These are still my go-to. I love them. And with all the Bluetooth functionality, they've come in handy while I was a flight instructor, and are extremely useful now that I'm an airline pilot. Not that I use the Bluetooth now. No, that doesn't happen. But we're going to talk about those kind of products. And then we're going to move even further away from what might seem like a normal aviation channel to then talking about flight simulation. That's where I really got back into aviation at. Now, I've been around aviation all my life, tried to get away from it, but it always pulled me back in. What can I say? I love it. But years ago, if you know the channel, you know me, I repped SciTech years and years ago. Really enjoyed it. You probably met me at some of the air shows, may have even sold you some products. But SciTech's gone. Alas, bought by Logitech. But I still have some of their products. And they still work. Well, not all of them work on the brand new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but they still work in X-Plane, old FSX, and Prepare 3D. I don't know how many people still actually have this yoke, but it's awesome. It beats out the ProFlight yoke by leaps and bounds because it actually moves like a real yoke. Imagine that. Still got the autopilot panel, one of the instrument panels, and switch panel. Got throttle quadrants over there. I still have the TPM, and I got the Cessna rudder pedals underneath the desk. I still use them. But what I'm really excited to talk about, aside from still using those and showing how to use them in X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, the parts that do work, because if you know how to set up things and devices within the flight simulators, it's not too difficult. But I will say, X-Plane 11 versus the brand new Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, X-Plane 11 is a lot easier to set up right now. I'm assuming Microsoft will do a better job of showing button mapping in the future. Like in X-Plane, you can click a button and immediately assign it. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 takes a few steps, which is ridiculous considering Windows, as Microsoft, is really known for making things visual and simple. But I digress. We're going to have videos about all of that coming up. Working on them already, trying to build profiles for anybody that's using Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which it sounds like there's over 1 million people already, whether it's from people that are planning to use it on their Xbox, their laptop, PC. It's huge, which is pretty believable. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery. Far, far exceeds anything X-Plane has put together for visuals. Physics, I think X-Plane's still probably better, especially for systems training. But that's probably going to change in time. We'll see. Laminar Research does an amazing job, and Austin has always delivered on a good product. But with that said, I plan on talking about other flight sim hardware that's new, improved, and really exciting. Specifically, Honeycomb. From what I've been told, talking to Honeycomb already, I've got a yoke on the way and a throttle quadrant potentially, which we will have an unboxing video for, a setup video, and a lot of how-tos to get those going, and my personal opinion of what I think of them. So expect a lot of work with Honeycomb, at least with what I get sent, because those will be my go-to pieces. I've already watched how those products came to market. I know the products in a sense of how they were built, the design ideas behind them. I'm really excited to see these. I'm really excited to show you guys these products and give you full in-depth reviews about them. So that's something coming as well. So I'm still talking about flight simulation, and I'm going to continue to branch out a little bit more into tech on this one. Now, I know how to do some work on computers. I can build them. I've repaired parts of computers, but I know there are other YouTubers and people that are on YouTube, Instagram, that do a much better job of explaining CPUs, GPUs, power supplies, all that stuff. So don't expect me to go into crazy deep review like Gerald's Tech or Bob of All Trades or Mobile Tech Review and some of those other pages and sites, because that's not me. I'm going to give you a basic rundown of the best things that I know of, and probably that they know of, that we can usually agree upon in a sense of this is your best bang for the buck. This is about a tier of what you want to look for depending on what kind of visuals you want. Because if you want to fly Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 full VFR doing turns around a point in your house, we can get that going for a not too bad of a pretty penny. You know, most people might be able to afford that depending on what your income is and what you really want to spend. But I do know the budgets are tight, and people may want to stay proficient. People may want to learn to fly, and people may want to set these kind of things up in school. So we had to talk about multiple pricing tiers to get this set up and running. So we're going to talk about desktop PCs, tiers of CPUs, GPUs, and then kind of generalize the rest, because you kind of need to know where you're pricing and what kind of parts you're going to be looking at for certain things. And believe it or not, laptops. My job, I travel a lot, so I use a laptop a lot of places I go. I used to have a desktop. I don't really want to spend the money on another desktop right now, so I've gone the laptop route. So I'm going to dig into the trade-offs you can expect if you're like me and you're going to invest the extra cash into a laptop to reach a tier of performance that's here, but in a desktop it costs down here, but a laptop it costs up here to reach that level of performance. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the trade-offs you have, but the portability you end up with. So that's a lot said. That's 7+ minutes of a video. I'm sure you guys have already clicked off or turned off, but if you haven't already, please check out the website, ndbaviation.com. More content will be there first. The website's already up with reviews, talking about laptops and different setups for desktops as well. So check that out. Expect more videos to come as time goes on, and there'll probably be a massive upload of videos in the next few weeks. I've been working on a lot of stuff and trying to get it out as soon as possible, but this is the first one. I hope to bring you a lot more content and a lot of useful information, whether you're a student pilot, whether you're thinking about becoming a pilot, or whether you're somebody that's somewhere between private pilot to career professional. I want to help everybody in between. I want to help the simmers too. I want to help everybody I can that's interested in aviation and flight simulation. So I hope you guys like the video. Like it if you like it. You can dislike it too. That way I know how to make better videos. Please leave your comments and questions down below, and subscribe to the channel if you like. I will be bringing you more content soon. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you soon. Bye-bye.